Dear Director General Dr. Salem Al-Malik, Excellencies, friends, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me to be here with you today to speak at the ISESCO International Seminar, The Quran and the West, towards a rational approach. And thank you very much, Dr. Al-Malik, for having introduced us so poignantly to the different elements of this title, and I underline every word you said. I find this a very pertinent and relevant theme against the background of the political and often populist debate in Europe and elsewhere we are witnessing today. To enlighten us, our host has succeeded in bringing together leading experts, academics, researchers, and practitioners who, from their different perspectives, aim to promote a better understanding of Islam and of the formative role of the Quran. And I'm particularly pleased that we are able to welcome outstanding academics and speakers from German institutions to this timely event. Ein herzliches Willkommen auch an Sie, Dr. Stefan Schreiner. Wo ist er? Habe ihn noch nicht gesehen. Willkommen. Dr. Abdel Malik Hibawi, I know him, Dr. Bert de Ruyter, und Mr. Abdesamad El Yazidi, good friend. Your presence and that of many other invitees illustrates the long-standing importance of Islamic and Quranic studies in Germany and Europe. Indeed, in particular, the Muslim academic community has contributed significantly to this debate. Ladies and gentlemen, the title of this event, The Quran and the West, reminds us of a publication by one of the most gifted scholars of Islam, Kenneth Craig, who, educated at Oxford, was ordained as an Anglican priest in 1936 and began his lifelong association with the Middle East and Islam during the Second World War. In his insightful work on Quranic studies, Craig has consistently argued that we, the West, and you explained the connotations, must shed our, in his words, spiritual imperialism based on precepts alien to Muslims and learn to think within Islam. In his view, only then could a meaningful conversation break down the misunderstandings and mistrust that have grown between the Muslim world and the West, especially in the years since 9/11. And as a diplomat, I have to say that I very much share this view of Mr. Craig. We have to think within a system to understand it. I'm convinced that Craig's approach is timely and relevant today in many ways. Looking at the ongoing debate within my own denomination, the Catholic Church, I would maintain that each generation needs to look at the values of their religion in the context of social development. And in the Moroccan context, we witness today the proposed reform of the Mudawana, which is now being studied by the Batia des Ulema, is a case in point. Ladies and gentlemen, to serve humanity and foster peaceful coexistence in increasingly diverse societies, we, citizens as well as political decision makers, must gain a deeper knowledge of the role of religion in our lives and that of our co-citizens, and create an understanding of holy text as a path for fruitful discourse and dialogue. Interfaith dialogue should be at the heart of this. However, I dare say that dialogue within religions appears to be equally important. A dialogue that challenges the narrowness of fundamentalist and extremist interpretations, a dialogue that illuminates the richness of the holy texts, a dialogue that transcends dogmatic boundaries and conveys universal principles and values that provide meaning and guidance in a world infected by fear, mistrust, and ressentiment. The aim of this event, therefore, must be to spread empirical knowledge, education, science, and culture, and the truth about the Quran and its values, away from political instrumentalization and extremism. The Quran offers universal principles and values which are also found in the Bible and the Torah. Universal principles and values like peace, love, coexistence, solidarity, forgiveness, and justice, which are crucial for overcoming the global challenges we face in today's world. I am convinced that seminars like this one, and again, my congratulations to you, can make an essential contribution to interreligious as well as intra-religious dialogue and understanding. I thank ISESCO for initiating this important exchange and look forward to the enriching insights of today. And let me express the hope that a message will emanate from today's work, a message of openness, of reason, and of respect. Thank you very much.